Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about when a narcissist does a reverse discard. This is what they're going to do. A lot of people get confused when it comes to the reverse discard, how it works, and, are they going through a reverse discard? So I'm going to get into it and explain to you what a narcissist does to cause a reverse discard. Number one, a narcissist a lot of times is not always going to come up to you and tell you they don't want to be in the relationship or to overtly express their feelings and say, I'm out of here or whatever. All right. Narcissists can, just block you. That they could do it that way. They could block you, or they could say something like, well, you need to work on yourself, and use that as an excuse when it's really not about you working on yourself. It's about them having another supply. Or what narcissists like to do, because they're cowards, all right? A lot of covert narcissists in particular are very much cowards. They'll do a reverse discard. Now, what does that mean? Okay? If you haven't been through it, you may not understand it, so I'm going to explain it. A reverse discard is basically where the narcissist gets you to a point of disgust, okay? They get you to a point of disgust. They get you to a point where you feel alone. The narcissist is no longer putting their efforts into the relationship. They're going to be cold, all right? They're going to be very cold. They're going to be distant. They may ignore you. They don't make time to see you. They couldn't care less whether they see you or not, all right? They couldn't care less whether they see you or not. But the thing is, they don't tell you that they're unhappy in the relationship or that they don't want to be there. No, they don't tell you that, okay? They're not upfront people. Instead, what they do is they string you along. This is what narcissists will do. And they could string you along for a long time. Why? Because they're still using you for some supply. Or what they like to do is cause a reverse discard where you discard them, okay? And they do it for a lot of different reasons. So narcissists, when they cause a reverse discard, when you get to that point, you're going to feel like you're very much alone, okay? You're not even going to feel like you're in a relationship because the narcissist is going to ignore you. They're going to be cold to you. They're going to be unaffectionate to you. And most importantly, they're going to be indifferent to you. When a narcissist causes a reverse discard, they have checked out. The narcissist has checked out. But the difference is they don't tell you that they've checked out. All right. Again, they leave you in the dark. You're in the dark. All right. And you're thinking that this person is still in the relationship when emotionally they're not in the relationship. Basically, they're never in a relationship emotionally. All right. They're never all in. But here's the thing. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel very much alone because they're not going to make time to see you. They're not going to want to talk to you on the phone. They may cut you off on the phone like, oh, I can't talk to you right now. And they don't want to be close to you. So again, like I said before, you guys, you're going to feel alone. The other thing that happens right before a reverse discard is they'll be devaluing you, putting you down, telling you you do everything wrong, blaming you for everything, criticizing you, judging you. At this point, the narcissist doesn't care, okay? They don't care about treading lightly around you because they already had you. Now they've checked out, but they're not letting you go, okay? They string you along and they wait for you to let them go, okay? Or they just keep stringing you along. It goes like this. They could either string you along to the point where you can't stand it anymore because you feel like this person, you don't even know why they're there, or, you get to a point where, you just walk out on them, all right? You just walk out on them because you can't stand it, because they're totally not putting anything into the relationship. You're at a point now where you're not even, where they don't even fight with you. Let's say you go and you try to talk to them about something. they'll just be like, okay, yeah, whatever. They're not even fighting anymore because they've checked out. So when they're not even fighting with you, you know that you are at a point of it's done. Okay, it's done. If they feel they don't even have to make an effort to fight back at you and they're completely indifferent to you, that narcissist, it has 1 foot or almost 2 feet out the door. Okay. But the thing is, they still pretend to be in the relationships. They'll make excuses why they don't want to have sex with you. And the reason is because they're getting it from somewhere else. They say you never gave the relationship a chance. This is what they love to say. You never gave the relationship a chance. So what happens is you end up discarding the narcissist because, you're not dealing with a regular person. You're dealing with a mummy, okay? You're dealing with somebody that's just there in body, if they're there at all and make time to see you. So now you get to the point of disgust and you're like, this person is showing me nothing. They're making zero effort. When you do a reverse or when the narcissist rather does a reverse discard with you, you're going to see that at that point, the narcissist has made zero effort in the relationship. Why? Because they don't care. Because they're more now centered on the other supply. They have another supply. At that point, they have another supply. All right. They're going to be jumping off to somebody else. So what happens is they're going to make excuses why they don't want to have sex. They're going to play the victim and tell everyone they tried. So when you do the reverse discard, they kind of like that because now they can blame you. They can blame you for the relationship ending, and they could play the victim to everybody else. All right. Not only that, they could still work on your emotions to still come back. All right. So they feel like, okay, we're doing a reverse discard. Well, you know what? I'm going to go out. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be with this other supply. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to guilt trip you. All right. This is what the narcissist is going to do. They're going to come back and say, you never gave the relationship a chance. I really tried. You don't really care and everything. They're going to play the victim with you and with everybody else. And this works on people's emotions because so many people, when a reverse discard happens, they feel guilty for leaving the narcissist because the narcissist didn't actually, end it. So there's always that question of doubt. When the narcissist doesn't come and end it, all right, and you're the one who ends it, you're always going to have this doubt in your mind, like, did I do the right thing? Maybe they were just busy, like they were telling me. No, they were gaslighting you. Maybe they were confused. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. This is where you're going to drive yourself crazy. Okay, this is where you're going to drive yourself crazy. Like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing by letting them go? And this is where you're going to question, like, was I seeing it for what it was? You're going to get hard on yourself and think like, maybe the narcissist is right. Maybe you didn't give it a try. Maybe, it was not that bad. Or maybe they were just going through something at the time. It's like this, you guys. If they weren't matching your effort, there's a reason they weren't matching your effort. And you cannot waver and flip-flop and sit there and question yourself and say, should I, woulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda. No. If you left that narcissist, there was a damn good reason why you left that narcissist. And you got to stand firm in that reason. Okay. But what the narcissist is going to do is they're going to come in, they're going to gaslight you, they're going to try to cause cognitive dissonance, confusion, brain fog to where you're questioning whether you did the right thing by leaving the narcissist. If you left the narcissist, there was a good reason why you left. You didn't just leave the narcissist. You left the narcissist because they weren't giving you the love that you deserve. You left the narcissist because they were not all in. You left the narcissist because they were not transparent with you. All right. If they were transparent with you, you would have that clarity, but they're not transparent people. All right. So don't doubt what you did. If you did it, There was a reason you did it, and don't let that narcissist make you, weak. Don't be weak when they come back, and this is what they're going to do. And this is why they like the reverse discard, because now they can guilt trip you and make you feel like you made a mistake by leaving. All right. They'll say things like you never gave the relationship a chance. See, here's the thing. Narcissists will breadcrumb you, and they'll still use you for something. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. And I was in a relationship like this, so I get it, all right? But at the time, when I didn't understand narcissism at the time, I was like, well, he wouldn't be with me if he didn't really like me, right? All right? This is somebody that I went out with. And the question of it, the answer to that is yes, they would. They would be with somebody that they don't like because they're using them for something else. Why is the narcissist with you? Because they're after supply. They're not after love. All right? Narcissists don't attach in that way. They objectify you. You are a ways to a means. All right? You're a way for them to get whatever you have to offer them. Sex, money, place to live, attention, build a business for them, whatever it is. You're the ways to the means, but they don't attach to you. All right? They objectify you as you are the conductor to get to that supply, rather. All right. That's the best way to kind of explain it. So what they do is these narcissists, they waste your fucking time. That's what they do. They waste your time till you get to a point where you're like, not today, Satan. I'm out of here. This person makes they couldn't care less whether they see me. They're not even, when I try to bring things up with them, they're not even arguing back anymore because now they have checked out. They don't even care what I have to say because, they have something else. At that point, they have somebody else, okay? Period, dot, end of story. At that point, they have somebody else. When they're indifferent to you, trust me when I tell you, I've lived enough life, all right? I'm an OG in the things that I don't even podcast on, the things and that I've been through. Half the things, you guys, I could make your head spin on some of these stories. I really could, all right? And I am going to. I may even set up a private community and then get into all of that and explain, exactly, why I know what I know. But I'm telling you right here, right now, these people will waste your time. And when they act indifferent like that, it's because they have somebody else, okay? The narcissist is feeling independent. They don't need you. So if they don't need you, they don't care. And if they don't care, they're going to be indifferent to you. They're not going to fight with you. Most of the time, they won't fight with you. Some will fight, but most of the time it's past that stage of fighting, all right? When you get to the point of reverse discard, it's almost past that stage of fighting because now they don't care at all right? They don't even, a lot of times they'll just hang up the phone on you, or they'll just, when you try to explain, or even if you raise your voice, they'll just walk out on you. They don't care, because you're not even worth arguing with at this point, because that's how far along the relationship is to breaking up, all right? So, but they don't end it. And they don't give you that closure. And it's for two reasons. One, they don't want to be the victim. And two, so they could still use you for something. They like to leave, they don't like to burn a bridge unless they have to burn a bridge, all right? So the narcissist is going to, if they could leave that door open to bounce back to you, they do. They figure out, I'm not going to end it today or tomorrow. I want to come back, use you for something. That door is still open. So they won't close that door. Some of them won't close that door and just discard you like that. They'll wait for you to discard them. So, and it also gives them a chance to keep using you for whatever it could be. Maybe they're just using you for sex now and then. But meanwhile, they're not even in the relationship with you, but they're pretending to be in the relationship with you. This is what they're doing. They're pretending to be in the relationship with you. But the reality is they're not in a relationship with you. They're just telling you that they're in a relationship with you, when in fact, they're in a relationship with maybe somebody else, or they're seeing a bunch of other people, but they don't tell you that they're not in a relationship with you. But you'll know whether you're in a relationship with somebody by the level of energy they give you. They've got to match your energy. They've got to want to see you the way you want to see them. They've got to call and text you the way you call and text them. All right? They've got to listen to you when you talk. If they're not listening to you, they don't give a shit. All right? And you've got to say, I don't want to be around somebody who's not valuing me. And at that point of reverse discard, they are not valuing you. So what are you doing there? You got to get out of there. Close that door. This person doesn't value you, but they're not being upfront. See, it's the covert narcissist that will do this, all right? They're the ones who won't come out and tell you that, the relationship is over, or discard you like that and be upfront about it. They won't do that. So that's why it's up to you to say, hey, this person doesn't want to see me. Hey, this person is cold. They're distant. They're unaffectionate. They're not in, regardless of what they tell me. Remember what I tell you guys, and I've said this time and time ago. It doesn't matter what they're telling you. It's what they show you, okay? It's like an old school rule. So the point is, if they're not showing you they're all in, and they're just telling you, oh, baby, I love you. Baby, you're the greatest thing. No, baby, don't think that. I love you, no, we're in a relationship, baby. No, we're not in a relationship. If you never want to see me, or you never want to sleep with me, or you never want to spend time with me, that is not a relationship, okay? Regardless of what this, dingbat is telling you, all right? This person that's trying to play game on you. Don't let them play you for a sucker. Don't let them play you for a sucker, because that's what they're doing. They're playing you for a sucker, for a fool. All right. So when you see that they're not putting the energy in, the effort in, and they're completely indifferent and they're cold, that's when you say, not today, Satan. I'm out of here. You're a con. You're not a front. You're playing game on me. So that, my friends, is a reverse discard, and that's how they play it. And they do it so they can either use you, or that they could play the victim, that you let them go and then guilt trip you after, come back, hoover you and say, you never gave the relationship a chance. I wanted the relationship. I really loved you. This is to guilt trip you so that you take them back. All right. So, don't fall for that. And a lot of times too, at the point of reverse discard, they also enjoy making you miserable. Some of them are so sadistic, they enjoy making you miserable. They're actually laughing behind your back in you thinking that you're in the relationship, okay? Because they have a child devious mindset where they enjoy seeing you in the dark, struggling to try to keep the relationship. And it makes them thrive in the sense that, oh, look how smart I am, how clever I am. They think I'm all in when I'm really not. You've got to, get the reins of these things, and you got to say, not today, Satan. I see what you are. I'm out of here. Okay. And when you shut that door, slam that door shut, because this person played you for a fool. All right. This person played you for a fool. So, never let anybody play you for a fool. They're wasting your time. That's what they're doing. They're wasting your time. And they're not all into the relationship. I don't care what comes out of their fucking mouths. They're not all into the relationship. So that's why their behaviors, their pattern of behaviors will tell you whether they're a real one or they're full of shit, okay? And when a reverse discard happens, again, you're going to be feeling like you're left in the dark. You're going to be doubting yourself whether you're doing the right thing by leaving the narcissist. Trust and believe that if you're even feeling that way, you're doing the right thing by walking out, okay? If you're even thinking that, walking out, then you're doing the right thing, okay? You're doing the right thing, all right? Because this person is making you feel a certain way, and there's a reason that you feel a certain way, and you just have to, you have to go by your gut. The gut doesn't lie the way people lie, all right? So trust yourself. Just trust yourself. And I hope that helps you guys. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. Oh, also, I wanted to bring up, not to go on again about narc abuse coach from India, but somebody brought to my attention, and if you want to know, another influencer came to me, another Indian influencer came to me and told me that she had copied everything off her channel as well. And I have her video on YouTube. If anybody's interested in seeing it, I can, email you or give you the channel that it is. That is, proof as well that narc abuse coach from India is a fraud and is a con man. Okay. So I hope that helps you. Check out my YouTube at the Game Exposed Podcast. Instagram is the Game EXP123. Facebook the game is the Game EXP123, and TikTok is the Game Exposed. If you're looking for one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. And have a great day, you guys.